So this is gonna be the video for this campaign, We For Us, and the things that I would love to change and that I think that need to be changed are the following. So first of all, this whole bullshit with the animal rights, because why the fuck do the people even say that the animals have rights? I mean, you're killing them. People that you kill and people that you harass and people that you abuse, in my opinion, don't have rights. Because if they do have rights, then these rights are useless and unnecessary. Because if you do even, you're treating them like they don't have rights, but they, for some reason, do have rights. I mean, what the fuck? I think they just, say this thing with these animal rights stuff because they want to be like, yes, animals have rights too. And I know, you're treating them after the rights. We're not treating them badly. You're treating them like shit. And not only the animals, you're treating other people like shit. You're treating, like women like shit. You're treating kids like shit these days. If you harass another race, like, not human race, but like an animal, or the animals in general, you could be like, fuck, why? Don't we have other problems to worry about than like how many immigrants live here, or like, really, it's sad. It's not only sad, it's bitter. We have enough grown up people in this country to like get that stuff done. We were able to develop an economy and all that shit, but in all these years, we seriously didn't manage how to deal with each other. What the fuck? The hell? Why? That's freaking embarrassing. Because we're so freaking good at stuff that's really, really dumb. Not dumb, but it's not the priority at the moment. Because at the moment, we need to build a freaking plan to save this planet. And even if we save the planet, the chances that we're gonna stab each other while we're sleeping because we hate each other so much are so freaking high. We need to make a social plan, how we plan to like deal with each other and how we plan to treat each other. We need an environmental plan. We need to get that animal issue fixed. We have so many issues here. You almost don't know where to start. The thing is, how did this world got so out of control? Everything is so out of control. It's crazy. How? Why? When? This couldn't happen this had to happen over a very long period. Because if it happened in like a month, that need to have had been, there would have been people that would have been like, whoa, stop it. No, no. That's it. Stop it right here. It's crazy. What the fuck? And how the fuck? We need to really change it. Like, seriously now. We're going downhill like super fast. How could you have a pet and eat How could you have a pet and eat animals? It's like being racist, but being, being white and hating black people, but being married with a black dude. It's so contradictory. It's like, what the fuck? What are you thinking? It's so hypocritical. I don't take people seriously that have pets, love their pets, and eat animals, or consume animal products and know that these animals often end up in the meat industry as well, because they get killed sooner or later. We all know that. And the thing is, how the hell are we gonna continue? I don't want my kids to live on such a planet. I mean, if you just think about the situation, because, and it's so sad, I really think it's so sad that we all got like this, is the way the world is now, it's a mess. It's a mess in every single level. Like, if you harass another race, I mean, it's not, well, it's not fine, but okay. No, not okay, but how do you say that? I don't know how to, say that without sounding stupid. But you could be like, well, at least they're not harassing themselves. But if you do harass people from your own race, like this whole gender inequality and racism stuff, I mean, the inequality of the genders or religious pride, it's so childish and it's so embarrassing in a way that the best you think is sad. Breaks my, no, well, I don't know if it's break, but I'm like, not really heartbroken, I'm like more angry because, well, if we really are the most developed, race of animals, how come that we're the ones that don't get our freaking problems fixed by ourselves? How come that? I don't get it. And we need to do something because, and also I'm not willing to continue like this because, and another thing is like, I got a feeling that everyone's really focusing on this meat and dairy industry issue, but I think we also need to focus on other things like, for example, there's writing community, or like this writing thingy that's going on right now, because there's several writing events, writing events where the horses are dying. I mean, I was at one and it was like this it was military and 3 horses died in one day. And I'm not talking about the horses die, because I think there are many events where no horses die. But this whole riding issue, because first of all, riding, you can make riding horse friendly, but like 80% of the people, they're not riding horse friendly. The thing is, they're, they're riding with all these side reins, and they're, pulling their horses and riding with bits and treating the horses like shit and making them do stuff that's just not possible. And if it's possible, it's very detrimental to the horse's health. And then this whole how everyone is keeping the horses. I mean, there are many you know wait, my English is very bad, but my Spanish is good though. There are many people that keep their horses these days in open barns, but there are also many that keep them in tiny boxes with no social contact with other horses. I mean, we really need to change something about that, because in my opinion, because horses are kind of like in between this livestock animals and the pets, because you treat them relatively okay and you love them if you have a horse. You don't eat them, you don't slaughter them, but you also don't treat them like dogs because you don't ride your dog. Because riding technically is a form of physical abuse because you abuse them. It's very hard to not abuse the horse's back because most people these days don't even get taught how to really ride a horse because it's not about the riding. It's more about how you gymnasticize your horse. Riding, you ride your horse because you want to keep it healthy, you want to gymnasticize it. You don't ride your horse because you want to ride and you want to, jump around with your horse and, ride, trot, and gallop and walk and all that freaky, fancy stuff. You do that because you want to keep your horse healthy. Everything we do with animals is so selfish, motivated background coming. We really need to change something about that because I feel like the horses get overlooked a lot. A freaking lot. Because everyone's like, well, they're not cows. No one's treating horses badly. I mean, they're horses. Everyone loves horses. No. Well, yeah, but the people aren't educated. They don't know. They don't even know. I mean, in my opinion, if you want to ride, you first gotta learn about the horse's anatomy. Because if you don't know about the anatomy, you don't even know how to, treat the horse's back, how to ride, what you can do with a horse. You don't know that. You just learn how to. These days, you just want to, how to put your horse in a pretty position, like how to hyperflex your horse's freaking neck. How to give it a clocked maw in the long run. Because I think it's so sad because you can have fun with horses. You can, have horses and keep them and even ride them, but you gotta do it the right way. And in my opinion, the FN, this International Riding Federation, stuff like that, oh my gosh, they're just, I mean, it's allowed to ride your horse in hyperflexion for 10 minutes a freaking day. Oh, wait. 10 minutes of freaking training. So if you ride 3 times a day, there are people that do that. You can ride 30 minutes hyperflexion total a day. What the fuck? It's like you hit your wife. You don't hit your wife too long, but if you do like under 10 minutes, it's okay. Because abuse is only abuse if you do it over 10 minutes. What the heck? It's abuse? Since when is it abuse? Like if you just do it over 10 minutes? Why? The horse feels pain from the first second on you're riding in hyperflexion. The horse's neck suffers from the first minute on you're riding in fucking hyperflexion. And the thing is, and it's like these riding stables where all these riding classes for kids and their ponies, they need to, get ridden around for like 3 hours a day from several people every day. I mean, if I would let my horse get ridden by other people, she'd be like, fuck you. Why the fuck do you let other people ride on me? What the heck is wrong with you? Yeah, that's how it is. Because, how would you feel if you always had to carry around a child on your back and, walk with it walking from A to B, and then you do it like 4 hours a day with like 4 different kids? How do you react? You wouldn't be pleased. You would be like, what the heck? That's fucking fucked up. And the thing is, horses are so overlooked. And they're animals too, and they need our help too. And it's a mess that hyperflexion is legal. And as long as this shit is legal, I'm not gonna stay silent. I'm not gonna go there and, because before you start riding, get informed. Inform yourself about what is horse friendly. And I'm not talking about these like magazines and like, which sight rein is the most friendliest? No, sight reins aren't freaking friendly, and most bits aren't too. And the thing is, if you ride with those like tools, you're not really riding. The connection between you and your horse isn't real. It's like fake because you're using the tools to get to where you want to be. Like it's another shortcut. There are no shortcuts in life. When the fuck are people gonna accept this. There are no shortcuts. Inform yourself and go to different courses and horse friendly courses, like from alternative teachers and stuff. Like, for example, Philip Carl, or Alexander Nesterov, or there are many people. I mean, they're not only two. Like, I'm not the first person that's talking about this, obviously, but it's so harmonic. It makes fun. You're not always fighting with your horse. You're really getting to understand your horse. You're really learning how to understand and read horses. You're really learning it. And you're not only learning how to pull your horse down, make it go in a hyperflexion, make it look pretty, or how people, call it these days. You really learn it. And I'm sorry that I got that kind of euphoric about this topic, but this is the topic that's I'm really passionate about, that because I think this is the topic that it's really not enough addressed, in my opinion. Really not. It really doesn't even get addressed often in the vegan community, I guess. Emily from Bite Size Vegan, she made a great video, or two great videos, I think. Two videos about riding in general. And there are a few YouTube channels that, do this topic too. But I think it's not many people talk about it in the vegan community. And that needs to change because, as I said, the horses need your help. And we can't just let them suffer while we're, saving all the chickens and all the cows. And yeah, we really need to do something. But we can do something. And I hope we, manage to do something. Because I tell you that now, if we don't do it now, in my opinion, this is the last chance we have. This is the last chance we have. And I hope we can use this chance by, doing this cool project. And I hope this project will help. And I think it will help, yeah. I think, I don't know how it will help, but I think it's that's a cool project. I mean, wow. And I didn't even know that you can do stuff like that in university. Well, that's cool though, because this video is long and kind of a little bit loud, I guess. But I hope it is useful and you can do something with it. As you don't need to look through it and then can use anything about it. But I hope this video was kind of, entertaining. And I hope you learned a little bit about it. And really, this whole issue, this breaks my heart. This really breaks my heart. The horse issue really breaks my heart. Well, but I think the video is long enough now. Yeah. Good luck with your project too, and that's a really great idea. It's really great idea. I really like it. I think it's cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool.